Hello and welcome back. Like promised, I'm going to show you today how you can create your own lines, add tours, do the timetable, and also create tours for your own line. And then finally, how to drive on that line and all that using the in-game editor. It's pretty easy to do. First thing you will do is enter the editor. Keep in mind, this is early access. Maybe the menus and the controls change in the future. Yeah, just that you know if something is different in a later stage. Yeah, this is recorded with a very early version of the early access. Yeah, I would say let's get started. As you can see, we already have a line here, the TXL line coming with the early access from Flughafen Tegel to Alexanderplatz. To create our own line, we'll just right click on the existing line and say new. As you can see, we have already a number set for that line. We are going to rename it. I will just call it the M1 line. Press OK. And yeah, you can add up to 3 digits, number, or well, 3 characters, numbers, and letters. Or just numbers or just letter, whatever. And now we are going to add stops. For that, we will click once on the line here, and then you will see editing forward route. Now we can add stops. We'll start here at the Brandenburger Tor, then we'll add this stop, and then we'll end at the Robert Kochplatz. Now we want to add the route in the other direction. For that, we will swap the route direction, as you can see down here. For that, we press the Alt key. That's the one just on the left of the spacebar. And then we add the stops in the same way as just we did for the forward route, and then we are actually done. You can see times have been calculated automatically, how long it just takes to do this route. For example, from here to here, it just takes 1 minute. Then from here to here, it takes 3 minutes. And from here to here, another 2 minutes. I guess there are a few traffic lights. That's why it takes so long here. I don't know. We can also modify these times or add more waiting time, but more to that later. This is basically everything you need to do here in the line editor. We go now to the route editor, and as you can see, we already have 2 routes. They are done automatically, and these also can't be deleted because this is kind of the standard route which just serves all stop on that line. And yeah, what we can do here is we can, for example, say here, Charité, I want this stop to be an important stop. For that, we can right click on the stop. We can add more waiting time if we want and say mark as important. Then we'll have here that exclamation mark, and that means when we leave Brandenburger Tor, the bus will say you are driving towards Charité, and once you reach Charité, it will change the destination to Robert Kochplatz. So it's not going to say Robert Kochplatz from the very beginning. There's a good example also on the TXL line. When you leave the airport, it says it will drive towards the main station, and afterwards it will change to Alexanderplatz, the final stop. Now let's go back to our line. We will do the same for the other direction. 1 minute more and mark is important. You can do that by just right clicking on that stop. Now let's say that we want to have kind of an express line. So I will right click the route and I'm going to say copy. And then we made a copy of route 1, and now I will just click on those 2 middle stops, and now they're grayed out, so that means they are not served by this route. So now we're driving from Brandenburger Tor directly to the Robert Kochplatz. As you can see, the time for this route has also been adjusted, so now we only need 3 minutes instead of 6. We'll do the same for the other direction. Copy and take those two out by clicking on them. We can also add notes if we want to. For example, edit note, and now we can say express line. Here the same, right click. Oh, yeah, here you also could change the route by renaming it. We'll keep it in 4. And yeah, edit note, express line. Okay, and then you can see here we have our note added to that line. So that's everything you need to do here in the route editor. And now we will switch to the timetables. We are going to add timetables for Monday to Friday. We could also do it for Saturday and Sunday and holiday, so you can have different timetables for different days of the week. For that, we will just click, we can just click on the timetable. You could also do it by pressing Control and then say Edit Timetable. You just click on the timetable and then you enter here. Now you can see that I have this thing here, a time slot, which I can add. I'm going to say that will start here at 6 in the morning. And now I get all available forward routes to select, which start here at the Brandenburger Tor. I will say I will add route 1. And now I want to edit this time slot. So I press Control. Just press it, not hold it. And then you click on this one. And now I can say create an interval. And I'm going to say I want to drive every 15 minutes and until, and as you can see when I click here, the more slots are added. Easier to do that. Oh, that was not good. I'm going to the last one, create interval. Easier is not by doing it with the mouse, but with the keyboard using the arrows, the right and left keys. So it just goes much faster. I'm going to say that I want this line to run until 9 p.m. I click enter or the return key, and then I have all the time slots added. As you can see, you can zoom in with the mouse. You can here see how far you zoomed in. And now I want to add a return line. So starting at the Robert Koch Platz, I click again on this slot and I say add return. This one should start, let's say here, route 2. I press again the control key so I can click on this slot. I create an interval every 15 minutes and then I say till, I don't know what I said before, I think 9 p.m. Let's just add it this way. And yeah, so now we have route 1 and 2 set. Now I'm going to say always at, let's go back here. Just before this line, there every hour there will also drive the express line. So I'm going to say that, I press the control key again, and then I can add a new time slot. Let's say at 5:59, I want to add route 3. Press control key again to edit this slot, and I say create interval. I say every hour. So I use again okay. So the maximum are 30 minutes, so we'll add every 30 minutes until, and I'm going to use the arrows, and I will say till, let's say till 3 p.m. Press enter, and then this is added. And then as you can see, they can also overlap. That is no problem. Same I can do for the other way. I click again on it, say add return, and then I will say they start just at the same time, or 1 minute later, route 4, and then I press again control key, click on that one, and I say create interval every 30 minutes till 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. Press enter, and then it's done. This obviously makes not that much sense to do it this way, but it's good to demonstrate how it works. Now that we have this set up, we are going, I will leave here the timetable. And as you can see, this is now from Monday to Friday. Saturday and Sunday and holidays are not affected by this. We could create them also for weekends, but this will now only run on weekdays. So you can set different times for the weekends, which is pretty cool because that's also how it is in reality. Um, yeah, so pretty cool. Let me check something. No, I think there is no way to like say, okay, I want Saturday to run the same as weekdays. I didn't find an option for that. Maybe they will come in the future. We will see. Now, finally, we will do the tours. For that, we can see here we have again Monday, Friday to Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday and holidays. We are going to add a tour for weekdays. So I click here on Monday to Friday, and then we see a tour has been created on the line M1 tour 01. We could also rename it like say 02, but 01 is absolutely fine. I will click on it, and then you can see that I can see every time slot or every um, basically you can see here the timetable. And now I'm going to add a tour that's basically on one line there are multiple buses driving on it. They drive in both directions, and maybe they just drive in all directions. And now what we are going to do is we will assign kind of a bus, or create a tour which then can be used by a bus, and saying which slots he has to drive on. So we'll start here using this slot, and once he reaches the final stop, he now has to drive in the other direction, and we are going to say, okay, so you're now going to drive this slot. And now you can see here in the tour 01, we can see here in this green section he's driving. This is the transfer, kind of getting from the last stop to the first stop from the next tour. Then this is the waiting time, and then he will be driving again. And this way I can add all the stops um, yeah, by holding the right mouse. You can move here the timetable, and this way you can add all the stops you want to be part of that tour 1. I will just do it till here so you see how it works. Um, and now if we go back, you can see here the tour M1 is doing all this. Green driving, yellow transfer, and blue waiting or parking. Now we can add a second tour by clicking on it. And now we can add the remaining stops just by clicking on them. And then you can see blue ones are the ones that are not yet assigned, and the green ones are the assigned one. Why do we need multiple stops? For example, if we have a look here, I can't take this one and then do this one. That wouldn't work. And also, if they're too close to each other, we would get an attention. From the way it's set up, it's impossible to create such a situation, but that's basically when the transfer time is too short to get from the final stop to the first stop. It will do a warning and say, there's not enough time to get from the final stop to the first stop. This is basically how it works. I think maybe there is also an option to do a tour combining multiple lines. That could be possible, but yeah, obviously these are all assigned here on the TXL line. But in theory, I think it should also be possible to say, okay, I'm now going to take a stop from the other line. Yeah, but that's not implemented now here. Okay, so we have our tour created, and that's basically everything you need to do. Yeah, I didn't save the second one. Now, if you want to drive on it, you will go here to free play, and then on the line and tour, you can say you have here the TXL line, and now you can also take the M1 line, and yeah, now you see here the stops also with the thing marked as important, that stop, and then we can set our start time. And yeah, now we only have one tour, but it would switch between the tours and just pick the right one. And yeah, that's how it basically works. If you have any question, just leave it in the comments, and then we will see us next time. And I will make an update if there are new features added to this. And yeah, thank you for watching, and then see you next time.